Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports. After a few days off to recover from Breeders' Cup action, we are back at it covering horse racing. Churchill Downs, my home track. I was actually there yesterday, had a really good day in the SI Club, which is awesome, by the way. The SI Club, nothing like it right there down in the paddock area. Super day. A little on the chilly side, but it's a little milder today. So, Churchill Downs card tomorrow looks pretty good to me. I'm going to bet a few races, and we're going to go over a couple of them now. The feature race is the River City Stakes. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. The like too, that's right next to it. Takes a couple seconds. And let's talk about some horses. Now, race number 7 is a 9 furlong on the dirt. I was out here this time last year, actually, when Parchment Party ran a 92 Brisnet en route to an 8 furlong win. Bill Mott decided to send the youngling. It was a June foal, so he thought he needed a little more maturing. So he benched him for 60 days, then brought him back this year. 2 wins at Churchill Downs and not mature yet. That's a pretty good sign for a horse, I'd say. So anyway, second time Lasix should help. Second off layoff. Then we have Game Warden from the Norm Cassie barn. Looks pretty good. We're going to take a look at some past performances in just a second, so hang tight. I just wanted to go over a few horses first. Game Warden, Norm Cassie barn, looks to get back into the winner's circle since making the trip from New York. Horses shipping in from New York tend to have pretty good success at Churchill Downs in the fall. He's got a 102, which is the top number, Brisnet. Norm also has also eligible, the number 13, Di Vernon, who he claimed from the Bill Mott barn. I don't know if it'll get in or not, but could be formidable if he does. Faced off versus Next in a 12 furlong marathon at Parks, which he finished fourth by obviously a distant margin. Cutting back in distance probably should improve his chances. Tappet Shoes is probably a toss, blown out in the Belmont Stakes. Then trainer Brad Cox makes the move to turf, drops him down, gets a win at an N1X allowance level. Lost next out by just a nose at Ellis Park. And now in the Ed Moger barn, making the return to dirt. I don't really like his chances. Number 6, Record Point, should flash the early speed for trainer Chris Hartman. Got a win at this distance and surface, going wire to wire last summer. Number 5, Kinetic. I think definitely should be looked at. Godolphin Stables, trainer Brad Cox, Luis Saez riding. Rode him a victory a month ago here at Churchill Downs. I like the style, perfect stalking style for this field. The pace sets up good. I like horses off the pace in the fall at Churchill Downs. It's been a little damp and cool, but it is a little more mild today, and tomorrow should be nice as well. So let's take a look at some past performances here and make a couple selections. I probably should have done this first, but that's okay. We'll cover. We'll go back for a quick review. Obviously, Parchment Party, number 1 horse, closing style. There's your 2 wins last fall at Churchill. Game Warden, formidable, Norm Cassie, 102 speed figure right here at Saratoga, which is the only triple digit one in the field. Oopsie. Meant to do that. Sorry about that. Quick, I don't like to have the video panel up when I do the past performances. So, tossing the 3, I don't like that one. Number 4, Calling Baton Rouge. That looks pretty good. Chris Hartman, Rafi Bejarano. Could be an underneath use. Is ranked 2nd in prime power. But like I said, number 5, Kinetic. That's Luis Saez, Brad Cox, Godolphin. Just good speed figures, back-to-back wins coming in. Kind of hard to ignore that one. Sired by a Street Sense 3-year-old colt. Number 6 record point. I think might be a good underneath use. Got if you just overlook the poor last out and then look back in the summertime, high 90s the last couple of races on some really fast paced races. So that looks a little better. Hey Strike, I took a look at, but I don't think the speed figures are there for Kenny McPeak. Julian Leparoux, I don't want to call him washed up, but he's just getting up there in age and just he hasn't really been that obviously 3% win rate. He's just not there for me. Tappet shoes blown out, then made the drop. I mean, it's a couple of good results, but I probably won't use them. So what I'm going to do here is probably take the 5 on top. Then I'll use number 1 Parchment Party underneath. 6 record point, I think hangs on for a slice. If you didn't notice when I passed through here on record point, front running type, early pressing speed. I think these numbers down here are more indicative of where he'll be trying to get out to the lead and maybe steal it out front. But should hang on for a slice. I think it's a good balance of speed, pace, and closing in this. So I'm going to go 5 with the 1, 2, 6, 10 50-cent trifecta key box for $18. If you don't know what a key box is, just kind of Google it. It'll explain it to you. It's basically you pick your key horse, and that horse can run first, second, or third, and then your other 4 horses fill in the other slots, and then you win money. I did that pretty successfully the last couple of times I've bet it, so I'm going to stick with it. Then we're going to jump over to race 8. This one's a really good race. Got some good races this weekend. This one, Dream Supreme, fillies and mares. I think where we're going to go, there's a couple of big 106, 107 speed figures. I like Spirit Wind. I think that's where we'll start. That's Saffy Joseph. Mike Smith, I think aboard. He's a veteran jock. He knows what to do. So I'll trust him to get the job done. Sprint distance has favored more speed this fall, so we're going to look there. A couple of fast fillies going. Mystic Pleasure for Rod Brissett had a 107, going 6.5 at Keeneland. That's a filly by Good Magic. Looks tops. Right alongside was number 2 Uppercase running a 106. That filly's by American Pharoah, looking to turn the tables there. Couple of sprints could get into a duel. I saw a couple of sprint races yesterday at the track, and if they got out to an opening quarter of like 21, the front speed was not holding. So if we get some kind of hotly contested race, I think I would trust Spirit Wind from the Saffy Joseph barn to kind of hang back a little bit and rate a little more and then pounce. Although it has flashed early front end speed. So we'll just see what the strategy is. Mike Smith's ridden this filly or this mare 4 times, and 5th time as a charm. So I feel pretty good about her chances. She ran second behind Zeitlos, who ran in the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Sprint at Del Mar. So I'm going to use the number 3 on top with the 2, 5, and 8 for exacta key box, and that's pretty much the same thing as a trifecta key box, except my number 3 horse can run either first or second. Then you got the 2, 5, 8 on top or second thereafter. Race number 9, definitely intriguing. It's not the feature race, but it could be. We got the return of Track Phantom. If you remember from the Derby Trail, we're going 7 furlong sprint for optional claiming, 100K in 3X. And so world record, I think. World record and Track Phantom. Down here, Rocket Can, former Derby trailer from 2023, is now 4 years old. So ran a 104. It's got some speed, good pressing style. Bill Mott, Tyler Gaffleone. So I think that one's probably going to be in the mix somewhere. I like the 3 horse Horseman to fly under the radar a little bit, and the front end speed is there. Could get out if he gets out like this. Could steal it out front. That's good early 94 101 pace, and then still good late pace 88. That could be good enough to get it done. Twirling Candy Sire. I don't think the 4 will be there. 5 out. 6 Ozzy Osbourne, no thanks. The 7 Bromley, I kind of like. It's just kind of a hunch play. Closer, got some good late speed, a couple of 104s coming home here. I think with Brian Hernandez aboard, could grab a slice down the stretch. But here's Track Phantom. First time Lasix, that's big time. That's a big deal. Steve Asmussen, Christian Torres aboard. Christian Torres rode him in a gun runner. You can see that was probably his best race he's ran, going a mile and 16th at Fairgrounds there. So I like that. And then you have world record 100 Brisnet, Amsterdam grade 2, Florent Geroux. Those two I think will be on top. I kind of lean a little bit toward Track Phantom, just I guess as just my own bias. The world record is coming off a win more recently at sprint distance. Geroux back in the saddle, who rode him to a 6-length maiden breaker at Churchill back in May at this very distance. But the number 3 is a sleeper horse, man, working sharply for Philip D'Amato, coming off a win in his own right, going 8 furlongs, September 29th, looking to steal the spotlight from the big timers, could offer good value. So number 8, Track Phantom, should respond well to the meds, I think. Number 9, World Record, are the class. Then you got the 3 Horse Man. Number 2, Rocket Can. A bit of a long shot hunch play is the 7 Bromley, who runs well late. Don't exactly have a solid bet for this one just yet. Probably going to wait to see what the tote board looks like, and obviously any scratches or thereafter. So we're going to go over and finish up with the number 10. This is the River City, the feature race. It is going a mile and an eighth on the turf. And the number 1 horse is kind of a standout right away. Emmanuel faced off versus top competition. I mean, Farbridge, Warlike Goddess, Silver Knot, finished 4th behind those 3 in the Turf Classic at Aqueduct, ran 5th at Kentucky Downs. I don't really hold that against him with the Kentucky Downs being, but that was a Mint Millions. That was a super monster race. I mean, talking the nation, that was $1 million race, obviously. Then you had the Grade 2 United Nations. This horse has got back class as well. Winner at the Canadian Turf at Gulfstream Park. Then you had a winner of the Grade 3 Poker at Belmont. So no stranger. Got Luis Saez, Mike Maker, all the keys. I'm tossing Hades. I think he's fraudulent at best. Paco Lopez, good luck. Does have some stakes experience, but no experience on the turf. Harlan Estate, no go. Reckoning Force looks pretty interesting. I always like Brendan Walsh horses on the grass at Churchill Downs. Leading jock Tyler Gaffleone, probably going to be in the mix. But this one, I think, is going to be the value play of the day. 12-1 morning line. Philip D'Amato, Florent Geroux, Master of Fox Hounds. So anytime I see a horse on the turf with the beginning Master of blank with either Fox and or Hounds in the name on the turf, I just always just my eyes light up, because there's just so many horses with that similar name, I guess, so to speak. So I'm gonna probably bet this horse to win at 12-1. Pretty solid. Public Sector might be a good value. Wonderful Justice, no. Battle of Normandy, maybe. I think Gigante could be. The reason why I like the Master of Fox Hounds, I don't think there's an and in there actually. Master of Fox Hounds, no and in there, but that's okay. Is this one down here is a 5-2 favorite, Cash Equity, a closer. Joseph Safi Joseph, Mikey Smith. Some good figures here. Turf Mile, Mint Millions, but I'm not seeing this horse head over heels better than anybody else. I think vulnerable favorites Uh, so we're gonna go with let's see, where is he at? And I typically don't side with early speed, but Florence Giroux went wire to wire yesterday at Churchill on the turf aboard a horse. So it can be done. So I think that a little more firmer turf as well sounds pretty good. He's run on some good and yielding turf the last couple of times out, and definitely wasn't really good at the Breeders' Cup Turf Mile, but a mile and a quarter at Santa Anita. I mean, seconds and thirds there as well. And Giroux, like I said, wired him yesterday. I saw it myself, so I'm gonna give it a shot. And then I'll use him with Emmanuel number one, obviously very close next. Might just box those two in exacta and call it a day, and not worry about using anybody else. Not sure on a final bet either for that one. But I like some of these races, and I thought I'd put out a video. I hadn't put any content out in a couple of days, and I had been to the track, so I was looking to take a look at some more racing action. So thanks for hanging with me today. Best of luck to you this weekend if you play. Play responsibly, obviously. And until next time, see you soon.